In 1932, Homer and Myrtle Hoots welcomed a third child into their family, a little boy. They named him Robert Franklin after the current president, but they called him Little Bobby. Homer, Bob's dad, came from a very rough family. They kept a bucket on the back porch filled with moonshine, complete with dipper. His mom, on the other hand, was raised by devout Christians. She was a wonderful mother, wonderful cook, and very hard-working. There weren't a lot of opportunities for Bob. Something happened when he was 8 years old. In 1940, a Sunday school teacher picked him up and took him to a Methodist revival. Barefoot, with mud between his toes, he gave his heart to Jesus. He would preach to everything there was. He tied the chickens up, he preached to the cow, he preached to his sister's baby dolls. When he was 13 years old, he preached his first sermon. When he was 14, he held his first revival, wearing a suit his mother had made with a Bible under his arm. Shortly after that, he hitchhiked from Columbia, Kentucky to Nashville, Tennessee, where he attended high school. Graduating at 15, he came back to Columbia and went to Lindsey Wilson College for 2 years. Went to Bethany, Oklahoma for his junior year. Right before he left for his senior year of college in Oklahoma, the district superintendent called and asked him if he would take a church. It was a small rural church, Highway, Kentucky. He said yes. He became a part of the community. He ran a taxi. He took groceries. The church thrived. The first year, they took 100 children to youth camp. In 1957, he married the girl that lived next door to the church. He went into the evangelistic field, and at first it was kind of hard. It's hard getting started. Then it took off. People fell in love with him. He was warm. He was an excellent speaker. He was able to bring you in. You laughed one minute, you cried one minute, and his success grew. He did revivals and camp meetings, over 2,500 of them. He was on Focus on the Family with Dr. James Dobson. He was on magazines. He had an extremely successful ministry. But he always said the key to that was not what happened in the pulpit. It was what happened outside the pulpit. His service started when he came in, and it didn't finish until he left. He did a lot of things, and he came from nothing. You won't see him on the news, and you won't read about him in your history books. But all this is true, and he was the most amazing man ever. And how do I know? I'm his daughter, and I couldn't be more proud.